Let's discuss with a Republican who will weigh in on that race. Colorado Congressman and Freedom Caucus member Ken Buck joins us now. He's a member of the Foreign Affairs and Judiciary Committees. Congressman, thanks so much for sharing part of what I assume is going to be a busy afternoon for you. Members are right now behind closed doors with Congressman Scalise answering their questions. How come you're not there?
Because I'm here.
Right.
I have talked to Steve. I spent a half hour with him last night and had a great conversation with him, and I told him I would not hold up his nomination. If he gets close, I will support his nomination. So.
You did voice some concerns about him, though, and you did tell my colleague, Caitlin Collins, that you were seeking more answers from him. On what specifically?
Well, for one, I want to know whether he's going to put a Ukraine funding bill on the floor. Right now we have the idea, I guess, that we would have a supplemental bill for Ukraine and Israel. And I want to make sure that those bills come to the floor so members get to vote on it.
You would support combining aid for Israel and aid for Ukraine?
I would support them separately or combined.
Excellent. So you noted yesterday that there are some 7 Republican colleagues of yours that are firmly against Scalise, some others, perhaps 7 or so, that are undecided. Have you had a chance to speak with them? Have you heard any of their concerns that you may try to persuade them against?
I have heard concerns from a number of them, and that list has actually grown now. I think Steve has probably 14 or 15 hard no's against him. I don't think he takes this to the floor. I think at some point today or tomorrow, he makes a decision on whether he's going to withdraw.
Do you have any clarity on what he might be offering them as incentive?
I think just answers. Just like I had concerns about a Ukraine and Israel supplemental bill, I think they have concerns about other issues and they want answers. And so,
well, for example, Marjorie Taylor Greene is concerned about his health. Nancy Mace is concerned about his past links to white supremacist groups. You had voiced concern about him not publicly stating that Joe Biden won the 2020 election fair and square. Can he persuade some of those hard no's, you think?
Well, first of all, I think what Marjorie is saying is really unfortunate. The man has treatable cancer. He will get through that, and I think she has other plans for other candidates. The second concern, a number of African-American leaders have stood up and supported Steve and said he doesn't have a racist bone in his body, and so that to me is unfortunate. I think the concerns are more about policy rather than the person himself.
I want to get back to the conversation we should have about Israel and aid to Israel, because obviously this sort of chaos unfolding in the House has frozen the body. Do you have any concerns that it might delay aid to Israel, this ongoing fight over Speaker?
We have not had a request from the administration, and there isn't, in my opinion, there isn't one in the pipeline right now. So I don't think we are in danger of harming our relationship with Israel or Israel's ability to fend off this crisis.
On the potential for harming the relationship with Israel, former President Donald Trump, the current frontrunner in 2024 for the Republicans, he blasted Benjamin Netanyahu and he criticized Israeli intelligence. He claimed that before Hamas attacked, quote, thousands of people knew about it and they let this slip by. How much influence do you think those remarks have on the Republican base?
Well, I don't think those remarks are helpful. I don't know what they have on me. They didn't have any influence on me. I don't think there's any facts to back up what the president said right there.
But you don't think that might influence people within the base or fellow Republican lawmakers, many of whom have sort of shifted their positions on things like Ukraine based on what the former president has said?
No, I don't. I think that people understand the significance of Israel in the Middle East. People understand the cultural ties that Israel has to the United States, and we're not backing away from, either the Republican Party or America is not backing away from our commitments to Israel.
It seems all but certain that we're going to see a ground operation by the IDF into Gaza. What do you think the end goal should be there?
I think Benjamin Netanyahu and others have stated very clearly what the end goal is, and that to make sure that this never happens again, that Hamas does not have the military capability to do this, that the tunnels have been sealed, and that Israel is in a more secure position.
Are you concerned about the loss of civilian life that may come from an extended military presence for Israel in Gaza?
Any loss of civilian life on the Israeli side or the Gaza side should be squarely put on the shoulders of Hamas and not on the shoulders of Israel. They have every right to go in and defend themselves. There will be loss of life. It's tragic, but it is an unfortunate situation.
Are you concerned about what, if Israel succeeds and they eliminate Hamas, what might take its place?
Well, it won't take its place very quickly. I believe that Israel will have Gaza in control for a number of years. Obviously, there will be a void, there will be a vacuum, it will get filled. But no, I'm not concerned. I think Israel has a very clear understanding of how fragile its neighbors and the relationship with its neighbors are.
Congressman Ken Buck, very much appreciate the conversation. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Of course.